is in place and the fans on the edge of their seats. So let
All right, and we are back here at McKenzie Stadium. We just had the national anthem. Nice little job done by, looks like, the Heritage Choir down there. We also want to welcome the TV viewing audience here from EPS Sports, Evergreen's School District's broadcasting system. Hey, great game got here. We've got we've got the Battleground Tigers came down here to go against the Heritage Timberwolves. On paper, like we were talking about, Dan, this should be a pretty good matchup. So looking forward to a pretty good game. Both these teams still looking for a win.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a high-scoring affair, a little bit of a track meet closing down the last 2 weeks of the season. I think, especially for Battleground, right? Wanting to get a win on the board.
Yeah.
Heritage wanting to prove that they belong in the top 3 or 4 of the 4A. So their intentions tonight are to come in here and, of course, smother Battleground. So we'll see how this turns out, but it should be a good ball game.
Yeah, and just to let everybody know that next week, so everybody knows, we'll be back on television once again. And next week we'll have the last game of the regular season. We'll have Skyview, the Skyview Storm going against Heritage, so we'll get to see Heritage again. And the Evergreen Plainsmen going against the Mountain View Thunder. So a nice, big, huge rivalry game going on out there as well. One thing we want to let you guys know that there is another big, important game happening tonight out at McKenzie Stadium, and that is the Storm going against the Titans out there. So we will try to keep you up on that game. I do believe that game started at 7.
Over at Kiggins.
Over at Kiggins, yeah. I do believe that game started at 7 o'clock, so we'll see if we can't get some stuff going on. And as soon as we get some information, we'll go ahead and let you guys know, because that's a big game over there, and that's going to let them know who's going to be in second. Right now, Camas holding on to that first place spot. So we are back out here. Just got ready. Just got done with the coin toss here, and it looks like Heritage has deferred, if I saw that correctly.
The rain has ceased.
They have, and the rain has stopped, so that's going to make for at least the beginning of the game is going to be dry. And Battleground is going to take the field first for this second game of the doubleheader here in McKenzie Stadium. So just a quick note here on the starters, offensive starters for Battleground. We've got Seth Workman, who's going to be the quarterback. We've got Jordan Sullivan, number 35, running the fullback slot. Brock Robinson, number 21, will be our running back. We've got the big tight end, Stephen Hancock, number 41. And Isaiah Cummings, one of the receivers, and also Bowden Strauss. So that is the skill players, and we will get the rest of the names for you as we move on through this game. This is the Eli Sports Network and EPS Sports. I am Rod Lawrence, and we've got Dan Odell here on my side, and we are getting ready to kick this game off. And the ball is in the air. Nice high kick. It's going to be caught right down there at the 10. It's going to go right up the middle of the field. It's going to break his way down, and is going to get tackled right around the 35-yard line. It's going to be Ryan Potes who's going to run that ball back up into the 30, looks like the 36-yard line. So Battleground is going to take the ball over for the first time tonight on their own 36-yard line, 1st and 10. Quarterback Seth Workman under center. We've got a man in motion. Got a quick toss over here to the right-hand side, to the left side. That's going to be Robinson, who gets a nice little run down across the 40-yard line, is going to go down at about the 41. Bringing up, looks like a nice, looks like they're going to give him 5 yards out of that, so we'll call it 2nd down and 5 from the 41-yard line.
Nice push up front by the Battleground Tiger offensive line.
Yep, it sure is. So Seth Workman sets him down again. Got a man in motion. We're They're going to hand it off to Robinson again, right up between the tackles. He's going to pound his way down to about, it looks like the 44-yard line. Bringing up second down and 2. Workman picks up his new play, but runs it all the way back into the huddle. You hear the nice Heritage Timberwolf band playing loud and proud down there underneath our feet. Under center, we've got 2 receivers down here at the bottom. They're going to hand it off to Robinson again. He's going to go right up the middle and is going to go down right at midfield. That will be plenty enough to move the chains. First and 10 from the 50-yard line. Battleground coming out in a more traditional type offense. A lot of the teams out here in Clark County are running out of the shotgun. Battleground seems to be happy coming in, lining up under the center with a fullback and a tailback, 3 receivers, and a tight end. Workman has him in motion again. King Gonzalez goes into motion. They're going to give that one to Robinson again, right up the middle. Robinson finds his way, tries to bounce that to the outside. Is going to get down to about the 48 before he stopped.
Nice job up front by number 58, Tristan Cohn, senior for the Heritage Timberwolves.
So let everybody know you are watching the Evergreen School District's broadcasting system. This is Evergreen Public Sports, EPS. We've got Battleground and Heritage. Workman steps him up, sets him down. Going to give that one to Robinson again. Robinson's going to do a sidestep. He's going to get down across the 45-yard line before he stopped.
Jets all Battleground play earlier in the year. They're a run-heavy offense.
Yeah, okay. Brock Robinson seems to be their man and their guy who they're going to ride during this entire game. Can't see they don't have actually who is the offensive coordinator listed on the roster here. Got an offset fullback, that's Sullivan. This time they're going to give that up to Robinson. He's going to pound his way in and down and across the 40. What looks like, what are they going to give him on that one? They're going to get him down to about the 42. So that's going to bring up a 4th down and about 2 yards to go. And we'll see what Battleground's going to do, and they're going to go ahead and go for it. So early in the game, they're taking chances, trying to set the tone. Seth Workman brings him to the line of scrimmage. We've got Jordan Sullivan offset to the left as the fullback. Robinson goes into motion. Quarterback drops back looking for somebody. He's going to get pushed out of the pocket. Oh, and this time he's going to take a big pop there by one of the linebackers from Heritage that's going to stop him for a big loss. Seth Workman takes a great big hit. And with that big hit, Battleground is going to turn the ball over on downs.
He got popped pretty good there by number 58, Tristan Kahn.
He sure did.
2 nice plays there on that defensive stand by Tristan.
So here's that instant replay.
Workman working to his left there, trying to find somebody downfield. Dodges one defender. Boom. Workman goes down.
Yep, there's a size difference right there. So back here on the Heritage side, Mike Terrace is the quarterback. They come out traditional spread offense. No running backs in the backfield. Terrace sets him down. He's going to drop back. Looking for somebody. He's going to get flushed to the right. Going to let that ball go, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to hang on to that before he gets out of bounds. Robert Madors is the intended receiver on that one.
Madors?
Yes.
Having a good year this year.
He is. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the Heritage 45-yard line. 7:34 in the game. We still have 0-0. Heritage on their first possession of this game. Side battleground. Sets in. They do have a running back set off to the right side of him. They're going to hand the ball right up the middle. He's going to get down across the midfield, down to about the 48-yard line. Ball carrier Anthony Key.
Heritage trying to soften up that middle of that Tiger defense.
Sure are. They set up again. Slot receivers on either side. They're going to give that to Key again right at the middle. Key breaks across the 45, sidesteps up the tackler, and is going to go down right about the 41-yard line. That will be enough for a first down. Has him ready again. He's going to fake it this time and pull it out himself and keep it for himself. He's going to get down across the 30, down to the 20-yard line before he's taken down. Looks like they'll have him down at about the 21-yard line. Nice run there, about 15 yards on the quarterback keeper. Nice read. That will be enough to move the chains. Heritage now down inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. We have now set up trips to the far side. Key, the lone running back. This time he's going to give it to Key. Key is going to break into the secondary, and he's going to get taken down at about the 17-yard line. We got a late flag come in.
A little extra action down there. Referee's pointing towards battleground.
Personal foul on Battleground. That's a big penalty for Battleground. That's going to put Heritage with a first down inside the 10-yard line. So 1st and goal from the 9. In the huddle, breaks the huddle. Key, the running back, got the heavy package in. They've got 2 tight ends in the game. They're going to give it to Key right up the middle. Key is going to get down to about the 5 before he stops. 2nd down from the 5-yard line. He doesn't look like a very big guy, but he seems to run the ball pretty strong, and he runs downhill. So every time we've seen him with the ball, he's fallen forward when he's gotten tackled. Stanley and Umiyamaka slots on this far side. Quarterback is rolling out to the right, looking for a receiver in the background, and the ball's almost picked in the end zone. The intended receiver was Stanley, number 7. That ball was almost intercepted there in the end zone. So Heritage gets a break on that one. Nice shot there from the folks from Battleground. Traveled down to check out their team. 3rd and goal from the 5.
They look rather stoic over there.
Got slot receivers now. Doors and Umiamaka both lined up in slot positions. Key is the lone running back. And they're going to give that to Key right up the middle. He's going to blast through for the touchdown. So with 5:06 left in the game, on their first series of the game, Heritage is able to take the ball all the way in for the score.
Nice methodical drive right there by the Timberwolves.
Yeah, sure was. Sure was.
Nice mixture of terrace and the run game as well.
Handling the kicking responsibilities, Antonio Mata. And he's going to get that off. That was close, but he does get it. So, that same 5:06 left to play in this first quarter. Heritage is up on top first, 7 over the Battleground Tigers. This is the EPS Sports and Eli Sports Network. We'll be right back. Timberwolves. Heritage is on top, 7-0 with 5:06 left to play in this first quarter. Heritage set up for the kickoff. Mata has the responsibilities. He's going to keep this one close to the carpet here. It's going to take a bounce right there. Picked up at the 15. Looking for an opening. Is going to bounce it to the outside, trying to get the edge, and is going to get dragged out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. That is Daniel Thompson for Battleground, who gets the ball out and gets his offense in some pretty good field position here at about the 35-yard line is what they're going to give him. So 1st and 10 from the Battleground 35. Battleground breaks their huddle from the sideline, so they'll come out with their first play and run it straight from the line of scrimmage. Workman steps in behind the center. Drops back looking for somebody to get the ball to. There is a receiver. Well, not quite sure where they were throwing that ball. The only person close to it was Bowden Strauss. They had both of his receivers running streak routes, but he kind of threw that ball right down the middle of the field. So there might have been a little communication breakdown as to what was going on. Good play. It's a good play to try to call when you come out of the gate like that and see if you can't catch the secondary sleeping and get your receivers out behind them. That will bring up 2nd down and 10 on the failed attempt. Workman has him set down. He's going to hand this one, well, fake it, and he's going to roll it out. Get it to Sullivan out in the flat. The big fullback is going to run down all the way down to about the 47-yard line before he stopped. Nice 13-yard play. That will move the chains. 1st down and 10 from the 49-yard line. Tigers come up to the line of scrimmage. Workman steps in under center, drops back looking for a receiver again. These are just kind of step back and throw, so I would believe somewhat kind of like timing routes. And up to this point, they haven't been able to get the timing down because it doesn't really look like where he's throwing is where the receiver is ultimately trying to get. Intended receiver on that one was once again Bowden Strauss. That'll bring up second down and 10 from the 49-yard line. 4:25 left to play. Heritage up 7-0. It's again Seth. Oh, this time we have some play stoppage here. Line judge threw his flag, laying down there on the numbers. So Heritage getting a little anxious there. It's going to get him a 5-yard penalty, bring up second down and 5. Battleground steps up to the line of scrimmage. Strauss split out wide over here by the numbers. They're going to hand this one to Robinson up the middle, who's going to get across the 45-yard line down to about the 42 before he stopped. That will bring up third down and 1.
Nice footwork there by Robinson in traffic.
Yep, sure it is. Heritage there making some defensive line changes as Battleground breaks the huddle. Going to hand this one off again to Mr. Robinson, who's going to stay there in the middle of the field. He's going to push his way down to about the 36-yard line, but we do have another flag on the play. See what this penalty is going to be here. We've got two officials kind of talking about it.
Well, we got a break here in the action, Jet. We've got a couple scores out there in the Greater St. Helens League. Mountain View 21-3 over the Prairie Falcons in the second quarter.
Okay.
No score on the Fort Vancouver Hudson's Bay. I think Bay won that game, if I'm not mistaken. So they've won the Peace Pipe this year.
Okay.
Our earlier game was Kelso 14, Evergreen 7.
So Battleground is going to get called for an illegal formation that's going to back him up 5 yards and bring up third down and 6. Sets down again. They're going to hand this one to Robinson again. Robinson breaks it into the secondary and is going to get down with a nice strong run down across the 40 and is going to get stopped at about the 40, that's a 36-yard line.
Robinson doing yeoman's work out there.
Yeah, he sure is.
Encouraging his teammates up front.
That big run was enough to move the chain, so we're going to have first and 10 Battleground in the Heritage side of the field from the 38-yard line. Robinson once again. This time Robinson's nice footwork stays in behind his blockers, being real patient about where he's going to go. Going to get down to the 32-yard line.
Nice stop there by Antonio Mata.
That'll bring up second down and 4. Battleground breaks the huddle. And they're going to give this one again on a nice little trap play to Robinson right up the middle. But we've got another penalty flag on the play. So we'll see who this is going to get called on.
It's in the area of holding.
It is going to be holding against Battleground. We'll back them up 10, and they'll redo second down. So that'll bring them back just outside of the original line of scrimmage, bringing up second down and 11. Just under 2 minutes, 15 seconds left to play in this quarter. Battleground pushing their way into Heritage territory. Heritage up 7-0. Robinson gets the ball once again. Nice little footwork. He's going to get back across the 35-yard line before he stopped.
Brought down by Jorge Rubio of the Timberwolves.
Well, this seems to be 4-down territory for the Tigers. Third down and a long 7, and they're going to go for it. They break formation. They've got slot receivers to the far side of the field. Going to fake it. He's going to roll out, look for somebody to throw that ball to, and it's going to almost get picked off. Nice defense there by Heritage.
Good pressure in the quarterback Workman's face there.
Yeah, made him have to get rid of that ball right now. I tell you,
dangerous.
Mr. Workman's taken 2 very good pops already in the first half of this game. With that being said, Heritage is going to take over the ball on their own. No, that was the fourth. I'm sorry, this is fourth down. That was the third down we were dealing with. That was 3rd and 11. So still, Battleground doesn't seem to want to punt the ball, so they set up again, offset power to the left side. And it looks like Battleground is going to call a timeout, so we're going to go ahead and step aside with them. This is EPS Sports and the Eli Network. We'll be right back. Stadium, Friday Night Football, Clark County. We've got Heritage going against Battleground. Heritage is up 7-0. We've got 1:12 left in this first quarter of play. Battleground tried to go for it. Here on 4th down, set up, offset. Robinson goes in motion. Workman drops back. Now he's going to get flushed out of the pocket. He's going to take this one himself. He's going to get down across the 20 and down to the 15-yard line before he is tripped up. So great scrambling ability shown there by Seth Workman when he couldn't find any of his receivers downfield. And he just took off and got the first down himself. So that's going to get them down inside the 20. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. And there's a nice little replay. Workman has him set up. Going to give that one to Robinson once again. Robinson's going to get down across the 10-yard line and get stopped at around the 8.
Nice job there by Cade Gardner bringing down Robinson.
bring up second down and 3. Field clock starting to run. 2 seconds difference between the field clock and the game clock. Going to give that ball to Robinson again. This time, nowhere for him to go. Like I say, we'll give him back to the line of scrimmage and it'll bring up third down. And with that play, that will end the first quarter of play out here between Heritage and Battleground. This is the Eli Sports Network, EPS Sports. Heritage is up. We'll be right back. Heritage is up 7-0. Battleground in Heritage territory with pretty good momentum up to this point. So we'll see if they're going to be able to put some points on the board in this series. Big play there in the last seconds of that first quarter was Seth Workman scrambling for 25 yards on a 4th and long to get the first down and get him down in the red zone.
That was a big play to keep this drive going.
Yeah, it sure was. Sure was.
Battleground needed that too. Having a tough go at it this year with this young team, but come together quite nicely here in the first quarter.
They sure did. To have some issues with the chain markers down there, so as they try to get that figured out before the game starts back up.
In his first year of taking over the Tiger program, head coach Mike Kessler, Matt Gracie for Heritage.
Workman. Oh, and they are going to call a pass interference out there. Intended receiver was Bowden Strauss. Defended out there, the one who's going to get the penalty called on him, it looks like it's going to be Makai Belcha, who was just a little close when he was trying to defend him, trying to keep him from that pylon in the corner, because that's where Workman was going, is for that back pylon. So with that pass interference, that'll bring up first and goal from the 5-yard line. Workman sets him down. Gets that ball up to Robinson. Robinson bangs his way through the middle. Still yet to go down, and he is going to be, it looks like, is he going to get pushed in? And it looks like the line judge coming in from the right side is saying, no, he did get down before he got across the goal line. Looks like they have him about the half. They do. So the nose of the ball is just inches away from the goal line. Workman comes in with the new play. Set up I formation. Ace receivers on either side. Workman's going to take that himself inside for the easy touchdown. And Battleground is on the scoreboard in the second half. In the second quarter, I should say. 11:01 in the second quarter, and Battleground scores. Handling Battleground's kicking responsibilities Landon Minor.
Workman with the hold.
We'll take it. We've got a snap, a hold, and a kick. And we're good. So with that, Minor ties the game up 7-7. 11:01 left to play in this first half. And we got a tie ball game. 7-7. This is the Eli Sports Network and EPS Sports. We'll be right back. Seven to 7 is the score with 11:01 left to play in the first half. Battleground punches it in from the 1-inch line by Seth Workman, the quarterback. Battleground now set up to kick the ball off. Kahai Umiamaka is the deep man for Heritage. And this ball is going to get kicked directly out of bounds, so there will definitely be a penalty flag on that one. And we will see where they're going to spot this ball. So they're going to spot the ball where he actually kicked it out of bounds. So it looks like Heritage will start with great field position on their own 41-yard line. Terrace has him set up. Going to hand that ball off to Key. Key is going to get about a yard before he's stopped. Key comes out of the game. Frankie Pedro goes in now. He's going to come in as the running back. Slot receivers on either side. Fakes it, looks for a guy in the open, gets it out to Umiamaku, catch nice, makes the first guy's miss, then the second and third guy miss. And then he's going to get down to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. Bowden Strauss comes all the way across from the other side of the field to make the stop. Key back in the game as running back. Nice little instant replay, great run. Terrace drops back. He's going to get flushed out of the pocket. He's going to get down across the line of scrimmage and is going to get positive yards on this one as well. He's going to get down to the 31-yard line. Nice 9-yard run there. Pocket broke down right away, and he wasn't able to stand in there and look for a receiver downfield. But we do have a flag on the play. And it's going to be holding against Heritage, so that'll move them back 10. Here's the replay. Pocket collapses right away, but Terrace does a good job stepping up inside of it. Got a picture of the hold right there. Good run to that will push them all the way back to midfield. So we're looking at first down and 20 to go. They need to get back to the 30-yard line for a first down. Heritage lines up empty backfield. And we're going to have a timeout from Battleground, so we're going to go ahead and take the timeout with them. It's 9:24 left in the first half. 7-7 is the score. This is the Eli Sports Network and EPS Sports. We'll be right back. Stadium 7-7, 9:24 left to play in the first half. Battleground, Heritage, tie ball game. Heritage has the ball now. Midfield, first down, 20 to go. They need to get back to the 30. Terrace drops back. He's going to get flushed out of the pocket, rolling to his right. Still looking downfield. He's going to let that one go right there on the edge. But the pass is going to be incomplete. Intended receiver on that play was Stanley, number 7. Who was trying to come back and help his quarterback out when he saw him scrambling and rolling out to the right side of the field. Got to bring up second down in 20. Clock stopped at 9:15 for the incomplete pass. Heritage breaks the huddle. Empty backfield. Mador. Umiyamaka. The slots. Terrace takes this one for himself. Just gets across the 50-yard line down to about the 48.
Not much doing there up front. Battleground Tigers snuffed that one out. Good job in the middle.
Terrace got stood up on that one when he tried to come in there. Tight end comes out of the game. Key goes back in. Belcha and Mackay lined up as outside receiver, and Umiyamaka, Akai Umiyamaka lined up on the slot formation down here to the short side of the field. Fakes it to the running back. And this time the quarterback is going to get flushed out of the pocket. He's going to get back to midfield before he's run out of bounds. So he'll end up losing about 2 yards on this play. That will bring up fourth down and 20 yards to go. So that will bring out the punt unit for Heritage.
Stand there by Battleground, Jet.
Yep, sure was. What is nice high kick. It's going to get fielded right there at the 5-yard line. Going to try to bring that back, and he's going to get back to, it looks like the 10. Isaac Brondage, number 22, was the punt returner on that. He's going to got the ball back to, it looks like 13-yard line, first and 10 from that 13. Battleground comes to the line of scrimmage, play in hand. sets him down, gives that ball off to Robinson, gets in behind his fullback and just keeps moving, just keeps driving his feet until he's finally pulled down on the other side of the 20-yard line. That will bring up second down and inches. Because of how close it is, they're kind of see if they're going to eyeball this one or if they're going to actually bring out the chains and measure it. So it does look like they're going to bring out the chains on this one and measure it. And good thing they did, because they did get the first down. So Brock Robinson did get enough yards to move the chain. Nice 10-yard run there by Mr. Robinson. Battleground comes to the line of scrimmage. Seth Workman. Hands this ball off again. Nice run there by the running back. Gets down across the 30 this time before he stopped. Trent Thompson looks like is running the ball for us right now for Battleground. So Brock Robinson now is out of the game, and Trent Thompson is our running back. Jordan Sullivan still the fullback. Seth Workman steps in under the center. Hands that off again to Thompson once again. Thompson gets in behind the fullback and makes some nice little moves behind him. He's going to get down across the 35-yard line. Plenty enough to move the chains. First and 10, Battleground from the 37-yard line. .655 left to play in this first half. We've got a tie score, 7-7. Battleground, 2 successful series up to this point. Move the chains. First and 10. Hands that ball off again to Thompson. This time Thompson's able to break this to the outside. And he's going to get down to about the 44-yard line before he stopped. Looks like there was a timeout called on the field. So we're going to go ahead and take this timeout with him and step aside here for a bit. This is EPS Sports and the Eli Sports Network. Rod Lawrence, Dan Odell, we're tied up. Battleground going against Heritage. 6:18 left to play in this first half. Seth Workman sets in under the center. Hands that ball off again. This time he's only going to get a couple. And Brock Robinson is back in the game, handling the running back responsibilities. That'll bring up third down and 1. Battleground breaks the huddle. Ace receivers, I formation. Hands this one off to Robinson again. Robinson looking for somebody to go. Finds his way across the 50-yard line and is going to get down to, it looks like about the 45 before he stopped. That will bring up another first down. 1st and 10 from the 45, from Heritage's 45-yard line. Workman walks him up to the line of scrimmage. Hands that ball up right up the middle. Robinson gets in behind his blockers and gets a nice run down across the 35-yard line. Looks like it will be enough to move the chains, and it is. So another first down for Battleground as they get closer and deeper into the territory of Heritage.
Robinson edging closer to that 100-yard mark, Jet, and he's reminding his O-lineman in the huddle he's thankful for it because they're getting the job done up front for him.
Yep, they sure are. They sure are. Workman brings him to the line of scrimmage. Strauss goes into motion. Actually, he just moves to the other side, sets up in slot formation. They're going to hand this ball off again. Robinson gets in behind the pulling guard. Now tries to bounce that to the outside. Tries to get a stiff arm and is going to get slung down to the ground with an arm tackle. He will get about 2 yards out of it, so we'll bring up 2nd down and 8. 4:28 left to play in the first half. Heritage picks up a personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct. Didn't actually get to see what happened out there, but they did something the officials didn't like.
Well, they called it taunting. Here's the replay here, Jet. Robinson off the left side, and I believe it happened after the play was over.
Yeah. All right, well, Battleground comes to the line of scrimmage. Slot formation. To the lower part of the screen, I formation in the backfield. Workman sets in under the center, hands the ball off. This time he's going to get upended right there at the line of scrimmage. Robinson had nowhere to go on that play.
Looking like a nice play inside there by Jorge Rubio. Bring down Robinson. 2nd and 10 here for the Tigers with 3:53 to go here until the half.
Battleground steps up to the line of scrimmage. They're going to hand this one off to Robinson again. This time Robinson's going to fight his way down across the 10-yard line and to about the 9. That'll bring up 3rd down and 2 to go. .310 and counting left in this first half. Score is tied 7-7. Hands that ball off to Robinson once again. Robinson's going to get down beyond the line of scrimmage and down to about the 5-yard line before he stopped. That will be enough for the first down. So we're looking at now 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Battleground looking for an opportunity to take the lead as they go into halftime.
Yeah, this may be one of Battleground's most impressive drives of the season, Jet.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good on this drive right now. Going to give it to Robinson once again, and Robinson's going to go in on his feet.
Nice job up front by that O-line. Pretty much went in untouched on that one.
He sure did. Sure did. So Battleground takes the lead here. It's a couple minutes left to play in the half. Ready here for the extra point. We have a snap, a hold, and it looks like a, whoa, no, they're going to say he was off. And off to the left-hand side. So Battleground takes the lead with the touchdown, unable to complete the deal with the extra point. So 13-17, 2:23 left. This is the Eli Sports Network and EPS Sports. Dan Odell, Rod Lawrence. We'll be right back. Against Battleground, so they had to back it up and kick it again, and this time they were successful. So instead of 13-7, it is now 14-7 Battleground.
Yeah, Jed, I think that went the other way, though. That penalty was on Heritage.
Oh,
giving
yes.
Battleground another opportunity to kick the extra point, which could loom large.
It could. It could. That could be the difference maker. So with just 2:23 left in the first half, Battleground takes the lead in this ball game. Kahai Umiamaka, the deep man for Battleground. Glad Miners, the kicker, and he's going to kick this one out of bounds as well. So Heritage will take the ball over on their own. That looks like the 35-yard line is where the official's standing. Because he did kick it beyond the 35, they'll take it to the 35. So first down and 10. Heritage, 2 minutes to try to put some more points on the board and tie this game up going in for halftime. Right up the key, right up the middle. He's going to get a yard out of it before he stopped.
Battleground appears to be gaining a little momentum here, Jet.
Yeah.
I mean, going ahead, but they're, even defensively, there's not giving up much there in the middle.
Well, no, not at all. Okay, we are just now inside the 2 minutes left in the first half of this game.
Trying to go to Medura's over there on the far side.
Yeah, he sure was.
Kind of not on the same page. Medura's broke his route off. Terrace led him out to the sidelines. He wasn't there.
Mm-hmm. Heritage steps up to the line of scrimmage there. Shotgun formation. Keys lined up the far side. Looking for the receiver down the middle of the field. Overthrows Robert Medors by a lot. But Medors was well open. They had just pretty much flooded the whole left side of the football field here with three receivers, one up the numbers, one up the hash marks, and one coming through the middle.
It's good hook up.
That brings up fourth down and too many, so they're going to bring out the punting team once again. So Heritage unable to do anything with this opportunity and did a quick 3 and out. And let's hope that the minute and 34 seconds is not too much, is not just enough time for Battleground to do something special. We have the punt off. Battleground saying they always get their first play of any of their starting series from the sidelines. Right there, and the whole team takes that huddle and they come directly to the line of scrimmage and run the play. Battleground comes to the line of scrimmage. Slot receivers down here at the bottom of your screen. I formation. Hands that ball off to Robinson. Robinson looking for somewhere to go. Finds the edge and then runs out of bounds with a minute 20 left to play.
Fancy play there by Robinson to get out of bounds, knowing full well that they only have a minute and 20 to work with. Battleground has 2 timeouts, I believe that says.
I believe you were right. So Battleground back to the line of scrimmage.
My mistake. 1 timeout left for
Buckner
Battleground.
now hands that ball off to Rogers again, and this time Rogers gets tripped up in the backfield. Battleground comes back, breaks out of their huddle. This time they offset the fullback. A quick pitch. Robinson tries to cut back across the grain. He's going to get about 4 yards out of that one. Might be just enough for the first down. We'll see where they actually spot the ball. And they are going to give him the first down on the eyeball. So that will move the chains.
Workman sets him down. Gives the ball to Robinson off the left side. Bounces outside towards the sidelines. Ran out of bounds about the 36-yard line. Stopping the clock at 23 seconds to go until the half. Battleground showing really well in this first half against Heritage. Trying to break the ice tonight with a road victory. Workman from the shotgun. A motion fly sweep to the right side. Looks like it's going to be a pass down the middle of the field. And it's caught at the 32-yard line by Battleground. 16 seconds remaining in the first half. It's Isaiah Cummings with the catch off the tip from the defender. Great concentration there by Cummings. Jet making his way down. Visit with coaches at halftime. Try to get some additional info. Timeout Battleground. We're going to keep it right here with the EPS Sports and ESN Networks for this last 16 seconds. Both teams talking it over. Battleground leading this one 14-7. And what has been really well played first half by both teams. These two teams fairly evenly matched, so we're getting to enjoy a really good ball game tonight. Brock Robinson, 21 for Battleground, doing yeoman's work tonight. Him and his offensive line trying to wear down the front of the Heritage Timberwolves. Battleground would love nothing more here than to put some more points on the board. Spending their last timeout. So Battleground has no more timeouts. $16 seconds to work with. And Workman sets him down. Robinson in motion out to the left. Workman, long pass down the sideline, looking for his receiver. That ball falls incomplete. Kind of led his receiver a little bit too far there. It was intended for Strauss down the left sidelines. Just off the mark. So 11 seconds to go in the half. Or I should say 11 seconds to go until the half. Brings up second down and 10 for Battleground. With no timeouts, they're going to have to stay out of the middle of the field unless they can create something that breaks somebody free wide open in the middle. But they're going to have to work the sidelines here to either one, get out of bounds, or two, down to the end zone. Workman in the shotgun. Robinson lined up behind him, offset to the left. Again, Workman leads everybody way too far. So no opportunity there with 6 seconds to go. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10. There is a penalty flag in the backfield. Might be a roughing the passer. We'll see what's called here. And if it is, that's going to be a blow here with only 6 seconds to go until halftime. It is a personal foul, roughing the passer, so that's going to give Coach Kessler and the Tigers a decision to make here. Do we try a field goal for 3, or do we go back to the end zone again? So looks like they're going to have Workman come back out and run one more play here before the half. Workman in the shotgun. Robinson lined up behind him in the pistol. Offset back to the left. This receiver at the bottom of the screen took off Strauss. Ball had not yet been snapped, so that's going to move him back 5 yards. Give the offense a little more room to work with back there. Doesn't really hurt them either way. They're going to go in the end zone here. We'll see if they target Strauss, who's out here one-on-one with his defender. Split receivers off to the left. Robinson in motion to the right. Another flag down. We're just having a heck of a time getting these last 5 or 6 seconds complete here. So false start on the offense. Going to move them back 5 more. So now the ball is going to be spotted at the 27-yard line of the Timberwolves. Game clock at 6 seconds. Strauss, the lone receiver down here to the bottom of the screen, twins up to the far side. Workman is looking at Strauss. Just over the outstretched arms of Strauss. And there looks like there might be 0.2 seconds to go until the half. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and one more opportunity to go for the end zone. Figured they'd target Strauss down here since he was manned up down here by himself with no safety over the top. So this will be the last snap of the first half for both teams. Strauss down to the bottom of the screen, Twins to the far side. Workman takes the snap, sets up, makes a nice long throw towards the end zone. And it's all out of bounds, so that ball is incomplete. And that'll do it for the first half of action here at McKenzie Stadium. Battleground 14, Heritage 7. This is EPS Sports and the Eli Sports Network. We'll see you in about 5 minutes for the halftime show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Matt Griffin, executive producer of EPS Sports. Welcome to our halftime show, where the Battleground Tigers are leading the Heritage Timberwolves 14-7. I am joined now by one of our announcers, Rodney the Jet Lawrence. Jet, Battleground doesn't have a win yet, but Heritage is giving them lots of opportunities.
Yes, they sure are. They're giving them a lot of opportunities. And Battleground is feeling like they can win this game. And that's very, very dangerous right now for them.
Well, we talked right before the half, as we were watching those last seconds countdown. We had a 15-yard penalty roughing the passer, I believe it was. Yeah. And then setting up that second touchdown was an unsportsmanlike conduct call right after the ball was dead.
Yeah,
set up that touchdown.
Yeah, so Heritage, I mean, obviously they're out here trying to play aggressive. They're playing hard ball, but they have to make sure that they play within the rules of the game and make sure they're not doing things outside of that, because they're just going to give this team opportunities to stay in the game for one, and now they're actually winning this game, and it could be tough to get back on the other side of this team.
Well, and they came out strong scoring that first
touchdown.
Yeah,
they sure did.
All right, so what does Heritage need to do to get back in it besides what we've already talked about is keeping cool?
Keeping cool, yeah, most important thing. Offensively, they just need to stay on the field. They've done a lot of 3-and-outs. They're throwing the ball a lot more than they normally do. I don't know if they've kind of gotten into a catch-up mode. Their opportunity actually that allowed Battleground another opportunity before the half ended, they kind of got the ball in some decent field position and just 3-and-out, and then gave Battleground an opportunity with time on the clock.
Right.
So, they're just going to have to get back into a more balanced type of offense with their running and passing type thing, control the clock, and just keep Battleground off the field right now.
Okay, so on the other side of the field, what does Battleground do besides capitalizing on unfortunate mistakes that Heritage is doing?
And right now they're doing a pretty good job. It looks like they're still trying to figure out their passing game. We saw a couple opportunities right before the end of the half where they're just kind of throwing the ball out there and letting the receivers try to run out under it. Doesn't really look like they've got their timing set up. They are a run-heavy team. They have the lead. They continue to give that ball to their running back, Brock Robinson, who's, if not over, close to 100 yards already in the first half. And I think that it's just going to be a whole lot more of Mr. Robinson for the rest of the evening, I would imagine.
Yeah. Go with what's been working.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Thank you so much, Jet. We'll be back with more halftime action or second half action in just a little bit. Right now, I want to tell you about what's sitting in the Evergreen Public Schools warehouse just across the street here from McKenzie Stadium. It's pallets filled with thousands and thousands of digital learning devices that are about to be distributed to students all across our district. I went over to Frontier Middle School to see what this digital device delivery is going to look like for students all across our district.
It's a scene being repeated across Evergreen Public Schools this fall, the rollout of thousands of student learning devices. After hours spent unpacking and prepping devices, charging cables, and protective cases, students at Frontier Middle School are among the first to get these Acer Chromebooks to use in school and at home. Some of these students don't have access to computers at home, and Frontier's associate principal says it's all part of the district's focus on equity to make sure all students have access to technology.
There is not a have and a have-not. Every student walks in the doors with the same ability to access information, to create, and to share. I mean, there's so many things that can be done online that enhance the learning experience.
The Chromebook is your responsibility. You're going to have this thing from 6th to 8th grade.
Erin Pinning is a technology teacher on assignment. It's her job to help teachers integrate technology and teaching using the devices to bring the curriculum to life.
By rolling out a one-to-one, like by having this initiative, it's giving so many more students access, and teachers are going to be able to do so many different things and and they're going to be able to foster like creativity, collaboration in different ways with their students that they couldn't before.
Teacher Brian Hansen is looking forward to how the intersection of technology and teaching will allow him to personalize instruction to meet the needs of each student.
Well, I see a huge opportunity to really individualize the assignments for students and give a lot more kind of in-the-moment differentiations and individualizations, be able to adapt content for the kids who are able to do a little more, the kids who need things to be a little modified or simplified, and every difference in between, I think, will have a lot of capacity to really meet individual needs.
And these students at Frontier are just the first among thousands of Evergreen Public Schools students getting this access to learning and technology. These take-home devices will be rolled out school by school in grades 6 through 12 now through the end of February.
Now for a look at when your student or your student's school will be on the list for those device deliveries, be sure to check out our website, evergreenps.org, and click on the link for the LIFT initiative. Now, Evergreen Public Schools is in the second year of an equity initiative to provide all elementary school supplies. We went over to Harmony Elementary School to see how the supply delivery is going for the second year.
Evergreen Public Schools is now in the second year of providing nearly all elementary school supplies, everything from paper and pencils to erasers, glue sticks, and crayons. Principal Lauren Bradley says teachers request supplies at the beginning of the year, and each month can request additional supplies as they run short of certain items. Students benefit in the classroom, and parents benefit in their bank accounts.
I think it's really impacted our families because some of the families aren't just a one-child family, but more than one, 2 or 3, and so it really helps them where they don't have to go out and buy supplies for 3 classes or 2 classes or 4 classes. So it really impacts them financially as well as time, where they don't have to rush and go out and buy it before school starts.
It definitely makes a difference, and it makes it easier to make sure they have great PE shoes and backpacks and other things that they need.
Janelle Tuomanen has 3 children at Endeavor Elementary. She knows it's making an impact for families who might have to buy school supplies for multiple children.
It's made things a lot easier, especially with our multi-kid families, that have different kids in different grades. And then I've also heard comments from a lot of people that don't go to our school district. I was at a birthday party this last weekend. They say, oh my gosh, it would be so nice to not have to worry about getting all these supplies.
Rocky Baker, a 3rd grade teacher, says it's also freed up money he would normally spend on supplies to personalize his classroom.
Yeah, quite a bit actually. I was usually anticipating students not having the basic school supplies, so I would use my own money for that, and a lot of us would still do that, but that frees us up to get things that we do want to personalize our classroom more. So.
Many parent-teacher organizations also report that having the district purchase school supplies frees them up to conduct fundraising for other items teachers might need to enhance student learning, such as special field trips.
And I did misspeak there. That was Endeavor Elementary School, and we want to thank the principal and the staff there for welcoming us into their school. Now, each year, Evergreen Public Schools is fortunate enough to welcome energetic new educators onto the staff of our wonderful teaching staff. We took a visit to Pioneer Elementary School to meet 2 new teachers who are diving right into the teaching game.
It's the day before students return to Pioneer Elementary School, and Kieran Lee and Amanda Gorange are putting the final touches on their classrooms. These first-year teachers had similar answers when we asked them what they were most looking forward to on that first day.
I'm really looking forward to getting to know the students and kind of the the like collective sigh of like, okay, we're all here, like, summer's over, let's get to know each other. We're all a little nervous, we're all a little excited, and starting to form that community.
Those relationships you build with each kid really has an impact on their life, and I know I had favorite teachers growing up, and I think those relationships that you can build with kids are going to be something that lasts with them forever. Yes, we're learning fractions and those kinds of things, but those relationships and those things they learn from your relationships are something that they'll have and hold on to for a long time.
Both Kieran and Amanda say they're ready to dive into the curriculum and have lessons they're ready to replicate from their first year of student teaching.
So third grade is really when they transition from like learning to read to reading to learn. And so last year I did this big unit on migrant workers and immigration, and kind of incorporated science with agriculture, and so I'm excited to replicate that. I noticed they already have some of the books that I'm looking for.
Eventually they designed a gingerbread house, and then they had to figure out the surface area and the volume and everything of their gingerbread house and all these things that it was going to take to build this house, and then at the very end of the unit they got to build it. So I think that's something that's really fun. It's hands-on, they're planning, they're excited for it the whole time, and those are the kinds of things that I want to teach. Okay, you don't have to write future, write what you want at the top, but make sure you address it to yourself. Okay?
After letting Kieran and Amanda get settled in for a few weeks, we checked back in to see how things are going. Both say that learning how to change lesson plans on the fly to help meet individual student needs has been a challenge, but they're already learning new strategies to reach every student. And for all that planning, both reflect on what they were most looking forward to on that first day before school started.
The most rewarding thing that happened in the last couple of weeks is really just getting to know my students, like getting to know what their families are like and what they like as far as their interests and what sports they play. And
just building the relationships with the kids and really getting to know each individual kid, and all of them are going through something different in their lives, and they're all in that stage where they're really understanding life and what's going on around them. So just building that relationship and being able to talk to them about what's going on outside of school.
At Pioneer Elementary School, those relationships are part of the Pioneer pride. And Pioneer's principal says these young educators are up to the task of teaching it.
And I want to thank Kieran Lee and Amanda Gorange for letting us visit their classrooms just at the start of the year. So all these people that you see behind me here is the small army of students and alum volunteers who help bring these EPS sports broadcasts to life. We have Nathan. Where's Nathan? Nathaniel. There he is. Christopher, Evergreen High School. Maisie from Mountain View High School. Trevor Nagel from Union High School. Benito Santos Mendoza. Stan Moskalyuk, he's a former intern of mine. He's from Evergreen High School. Brendan Tilner, is he back there? Oh, no, he's on the camera. Hi, Brendan. Brendan, from my original intern from Evergreen High School. And C.J. Miles, an alum of Evergreen High School as well. So it takes this small army of volunteers running camera, running instant replay, running audio, playback, instant replay, all these things. And we put together a little story about what it takes to bring you an EPS sports broadcast like you're watching tonight.
30, the 20, the 10, 15, and is tackled right there on the...
A typical field production like an EPS sports broadcast begins about 4 hours before game time. Wade Ferguson, our video services coordinator, and I will spend about an hour going through a checklist of equipment we'll need for the broadcast and loading the truck. We sped up the action, and as the truck is loaded, you'll see just how much equipment is involved. Once we reach a school, or in this case McKenzie Stadium, setting up our cameras and equipment both inside and outside our video production truck can take up to 2 hours. Once a broadcast at McKenzie Stadium is underway, we typically have 3 camera operators, an instant replay operator, a graphics and video playback operator, an audio person, and a director. Nearly every one of these jobs is performed by video production students from across our district. At a football game, it's not uncommon for us to have up to a dozen student volunteers who are learning valuable video production and teamwork skills that they can use in a real-life job setting. And keep in mind, these are students volunteering their time after a full school day. With school and being on the crew for back-to-back football games, that's like a 16-hour workday. So I want to say a personal word of thanks to the students who come out to make our EPS sports broadcast a reality.
And thank you to all the students who are out here tonight giving up their time after a long day at school, making this live sports broadcast a possibility. And of course, I also want to thank our announcers, Rodney Lawrence and Dan Odell, and our directors, Wade Ferguson and Scott Wistrand. Another thing that makes Evergreen Public Schools a great place for students to learn is a small army of community volunteers. Here's a look at how you can volunteer in our schools.
Whether it's volunteering to read to elementary school students, or preparing food for our summer meals program, or being a lunch buddy, or making sure our concerts and sporting events are safe for students and visitors, or volunteering to teach art discovery classes, there are countless volunteer opportunities in Evergreen Public Schools.
I think most people value our kids as being our future, and so we need to help keep those kids going.
And signing up to be a volunteer is easy. Just go to our website, evergreenps.org/community partnerships. Click on the link to download a volunteer application, fill out just a few forms, and submit them. Once you've cleared the simple background check, you'll be ready to make a difference. This art discovery volunteer sums it up with a quote from a famous Dr. Seuss book.
It makes you feel good to volunteer. It's fun to help the kids. It's fun to get to know the kids. I think, kind of like the one slur in the Lorax said, unless someone like you helps a whole awful lot, nothing's going to get better. It's not. So you need to help in order for things to get better. And I think that volunteering is definitely one way that you can help.
Make a difference. Become an Evergreen Public Schools volunteer.
It's harder whenever there's a bigger group. Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against the wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
If I miss just one goal a game, it could be the difference between winning and losing.
And if you miss just 2 days of school a month, it could be the difference between passing and failing.
You would be more likely to fall behind.
And less likely to graduate.
My job is to show up and help the Sounders win.
And my job is to make sure there's opportunities for everybody in Washington State to be successful.
Your job as a student is to show up to school every day ready to learn and work.
So we know if you show up today, you're going to meet your goals tomorrow. Good luck.
And we want to thank everybody for staying tuned for our EPS Sports Halftime Show. We're just about 30 seconds away from halftime action, where the Battleground Tigers are leading the Heritage Timberwolves 14-7. Here comes the second half.
The halftime conversation that me and Dan had, and we kind of laid it all out there on the line for you. Battleground has been able to take advantage of a few things. Their running game has been pretty solid. Their passing game still looks like it needs a little bit of work. And on the Heritage side, just the opposite. It looks like they need to run the ball a little more and kind of pass a little bit less just for, clock control and keeping up on keeping Battleground off the field. Because their running game seems to be working for them right now. How many yards do we know how many yards
Robinson?
Robinson ended up with?
Not yet. We're still trying to get that total, but Yumi Maka back deep for Heritage. And it's another kick out of bounds. So that's been the...
that's kind of the MO. So I don't know if that's part of the plan or what, because they kick them. He kicks all of them out of bounds, and they'll take it at the 35.
Yeah, I'm third or fourth one tonight, so I'm pretty certain that they're not wanting anybody to get their hands on the ball back there and bring the ball back past the 35. So they're content with giving up field position to the 35 and playing defense.
Yeah. Well, you know, that is a strategy in itself. I mean, if you can't kick it into the end zone to keep them at the 20, you can kick it out of bounds and keep them at the 35. And it looks like they're going to make him kick it again. That is an option for the receiving team, and it looks like this time they're going to go ahead and take advantage of that.
So that'll back them up. If you want to kick it out of bounds, you're going to have to do it 5 yards back. So the deep backs are as far as the 25, being told to move even closer. So we're only talking about a 5-yard penalty, but this might be an offset of 10 or 15 yards when it's all said and done.
Yeah, it sure might be. And I did notice that they moved their personnel around a little bit. Kahai Umiamaka generally is the deep man. Now they have him in
kind of an up back position.
Yeah, they got him in a level 2 spot. Give him a better opportunity to get the ball, and they have put him on the side of the field where this kicker likes to kick it. So they're going to try to hope that Umiamaka can pick it up before it gets out of bounds and get some extra yards out of it. So we'll see if strategies are in work here on both sides.
Might want those up backs to move, second level guys to move right next to the sideline.
Simon's going to bring it all the way across the field. Bounces it out, tries to get up to the 40, does make it to the 40 before he's brought down. So all of that for, we're talking about 5 or 6 more yards.
Well, he went the long route, but
yeah.
You're right. It would have been placed on the 35, and now it's being placed on the 41, or 42. So he did pick up 7 yards.
Yeah, got 7 yards difference. That's worth it, I guess.
I think if there's a flag on the far side of the field, Jet, but I think if Yumimaka would have just turned that straight up the field, he probably would have got about 15 yards.
Yeah, he sure would have. So Terrace has them in the huddle. It's like they have the play. They're going to break the huddle, but we've got officials
walking off that penalty. So what do we know? Now it's backed all the way back up to the 26. So that turned out great for the Battleground Tigers.
Battleground. That's better than the original penalty. Stranger things have happened. So Battleground is going to actually take the ball over now on their own 27-yard line, 1st and 10. Terrace has them set up. He's going to get it out there. It's Madur's sidestepping people, making people miss out there, but we got a penalty flag out there. It's probably going to be holding on the receiver out there. And I do believe the culprit is going to be Stanley. He was the outside receiver out there. And that's who they called it on. And Nathan Stanley is going to get the penalty, get called for holding. That'll back him up 10. So that'll back him up to the 20. So we got 1st and 10 now from first and looks like about 17 from the 20-yard line. Going to take the snap. It's going to get it out to the flat to Umiamaka. Umiamaka takes the ball, gets down across the 25 before he's knocked down.
Nice job there by Umiamaka to plant that foot in the ground and get upfield.
They'll get him back to the original line of scrimmage, so we're looking at 2nd down and 10 to go. They'll need to get to their own 37-yard line for the 1st down. They break the huddle. They've got slot receivers to the far side. Anthony Key, the running back. They're going to give the ball to Key. Key's going to try to get upfield with it. And he's going to get about 2 yards out of that play. right there at the 29. That's where they have the ball spotted. Makai Belcha checks into the game. He's going to line up down here at the bottom of your screen as wide receiver. Trips to the far side. Going to fake it to McKee and look for a receiver downfield. Umi Amaka was the receiver intended for. He was running right up the seam. He had just got beyond the linebackers, but threw that ball a little too low for him to be able to get down there and get it. So that will bring up a 4th down and a punting situation. Bowden Strauss set up to receive the punt. It's going to take a very good bounce. And it's going to be down just down inside the 20-yard line. Looks like about the 17 is where they're going to whistle that ball dead.
Great job of flipping field position there by the punter.
Yep. So first series for Battleground in this second half, and them not able to really do anything. They were able to run, just under 2 minutes off the clock in that possession.
Right, for Heritage. Put the ball in the air a few times, so ended up stopping the clock on those incomplete passes. Didn't take much time off the clock. I don't think you'll see that from Battleground. You're going to see a lot of Robinson there.
Yep, and there's Robinson lined up right there. Jordan Sullivan, the big fullback, number 35. There's Robinson right there. Robinson's going to get down to the 20 before he stopped.
Getting off the bottom of that pile for Heritage is Quoby Altic Johnson on the tackle as the clock continues to run here in the third quarter.
Seth Workman brings him to the line of scrimmage. Gets in under that center. And they're going to hand it off again. Robinson now is going to try to get to the outside. This time he's going to lose yardage, trying to bounce that out, and the speed of Heritage's defense didn't allow him to get around the corner that time, and he's going to lose yards on that play.
I believe it was somebody interior-wise got a hand on the football. The ball came out, hit the ground, came right back up to Robinson.
Yeah.
So he got lucky on that one that he didn't turn it over deep in his own territory.
All right, so Battleground I formation, 2 slot receivers. Once again, is going to fake that. Going to scramble to the far side of the field and is going to get about 1.5 yards out of it. So that's going to bring up a 4th down and too many for them to go for. So that will bring out the punting team, I'm sure, for Battleground. And yes, they do come out onto the field now. Kahai Umiamaka is the deep man, standing on his own 45-yard line. The punt is muffed and then blocked and then picked up, and now Heritage is going to run the ball in for a touchdown. But no, the officials have not raised their hands as, oh, there it is right there. So 84, big number 84, picks that ball up off the bounce after it gets blocked and runs that one in for a touchdown. Unfortunately,
Andrew Tom,
84. And they are going to give them the touchdown on that play.
Huge momentum swing here with the block punt.
It sure was. It sure was. And what's going to happen here? There's a penalty flag laying in the end zone, and I do believe that's going to be the face mask call that I saw. They'll assess that on the kickoff.
Here's your replay here. Yep, just brought him down by the face mask.
Yep. So that punt, essentially just a bad snap or mishandled snap, and then just gave the defense time enough to get down there to him and get that punt blocked.
Heritage looking to tie this up on an extra point if they can get their right personnel on the field.
Now it looks like here comes the
equipment
kicker with the tee. We've got a snap, a hold, and a kick, and that's going to be good, so that's going to tie the score up. And with 8:01 left to play in the third quarter, it's Heritage's special teams that brings this game to a 14-14 tie. This is the Eli Sports Network and EPS Sports. We'll be right back. Welcome back here to McKenzie Stadium, where Heritage's special teams tied this game up 14-14. Big penalty on the end of the touchdown score, which is going to push Battleground back farther, ultimately giving the kicker for for Heritage, a lot better chance of kicking this one into the end zone, and Battleground having to take this ball out on their own 20. So we're all set up and ready for the kick. Mata kicks that one, and he does kick it into the end zone and out through the back of it. So that will bring the ball out to the 20-yard line where Battleground will start their offense. With 8:01 left to play in the third quarter, we are back to a tie game, 14-14. Friday Night Football, Clark County here in McKenzie Stadium. And it looks like the rain has started to come down again, so we'll see what kind of factor the rain brings to it. It's kind of late in the season. We haven't had a whole lot of rain this year, so see how guys handle this going forward. They're going to give that ball to Robinson right up the middle, but we've got a flag on the play. Laying over there across the field at about the 18-yard line. So we'll see what's really going on. So that looks like that's going to be a holding penalty. Yeah, well, they're trying to figure out where they're going to actually start marking this off from. Oh, well, we got a chop block. No, they were marking it off the wrong direction. The chop block was against Heritage. And the penalty was not against Battleground. So Battleground with that big penalty, after the big running play, they're going to tack on another 15 yards in penalties, and is going to get them up to the 45-yard line with a first down. So another big penalty. This one still a personal foul, but not a conduct foul. But it's still another big foul on the end of a big play. That's kind of haunted them so far tonight.
Yeah, we've seen a multitude of those calls go against Heritage tonight, and got to put their discipline hats on and keep it in check.
Yep. Workman hands that ball off again to Robinson. Robinson's going to make it to the 47-yard line before he falls down. Going to bring up 2nd down and 8 from the 48. For the 47. Clock moving. 7:15 left to play in this quarter. 14-14. Heritage Special Teams is the story. Workman sets him down. Going to hand that ball off again, and he's going to get stopped right now in the backfield by the Heritage blitzing linebacker. And that's going to be the young man, Andrew Toms, makes that big stop and is going to take him back to the 45-yard line. Seth Workman. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and call a timeout, so we'll take a timeout, step aside with them. This is the Eli Sports Network. All right, and we're back. This time, shotgun formation for Seth. Gets a fly sweep to get it down to the 50-yard line, but we got another flag on the play. Seems to be plaguing both teams right now. Cody Nyblak is the slot back who did the fly sweep. Made it to the 50-yard line, but we do have flags on the play, so we'll see what the deal is. We also have an injured player down on the ground for Heritage. So they're going to get Battleground with a holding call. Oh, that's their receiver.
Medors.
Robert Medors got a little banged up. Hopefully he'll be okay and be able to come back, because he's definitely a weapon in the arsenal for Battleground in their passing game.
Got a steady rainfall out there now, Jet. 6:04 to go in this third quarter. Knotted up at 14. There's a good shot. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, it's coming down good. All right, so we're going to hand it off right up the middle of the field to Robinson once again. Robinson's going to get down to about the 40. That's going to bring up 4th down and 15. So the Battleground punt team comes out onto the field. Kahai Umiamaka is going to be standing on the 30-yard line. waiting to receive the punt. This time, Battleground able to get the punt off. And it is going to make a left turn and bounce out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. So Heritage will take the ball over on their own 37. Madure seems to be okay. I see him out there on the field before the offensive side. So whatever issues he had, he was able to shake it off and get back on the field.
Tell you what, Jet, what was a first half with ball-controlled running offense, the second half has slowed down quite a bit.
Yeah, it sure have.
Third quarter.
5:08 left to play in the third quarter. This is probably one of the longer quarters between the three of them so far. Terrace hands that ball off to Key. This time Key is, I think they're barely going to let him get across the line of scrimmage before they stop him. Jordan Sullivan, the linebacker, makes the stop on that play. Heritage comes out, trip receivers down at the bottom of the screen. Ball's fumbled, and he picks it up this time and tries to scramble to the outside, and he's going to lose yardage. He's going to go down at about the 35-yard line. So the rain can already start to be playing its role in this game already, as that snap seemed to have been mishandled, and it fell to the carpet. So that will bring up third down, and it looks like 11. Fakes the Key, looks for a receiver, brings the ball up, now comes up and tries to get it to the outside. Great catch by Kahai Umiamaka. A nice 17-yard catch there that is definitely going to move the chains and get them into battleground territory. So first down and 10 from the 45. 3:38 left to play in the quarter. We line up with trip receivers to the far side. Going to roll to the side of the trips. Throws another one out there. This time, Umiamaka not able to bring that one in as it was thrown down there around his knees. That'll bring up second down and 10. Clock stopped at 3:22. Shotgun formation, trips to the far side. He's going to roll to the far side of the field looking for a receiver and has nowhere to go. And he is just going to get plastered by the linebacker who blasted through that line of scrimmage.
Terrace feeling that one, Jet.
Yeah, he sure is, man. That looks like Axel Fredrickson. I think that's the young man's name. Number 52. And he came through there and laid a blow. You saw that on the instant replay. He just popped him hard. Lost a lot of yards on that play. It's going to bring up third down and way too many. They pushed him back into Heritage territory. So now they drop back, empty backfield. Terrace is definitely going to let this one go. Intended receiver out there on the far side. Stanley laid out for that one, but not able to bring it in, so that will bring the punt team back out.
Chris showing off his arm there a little bit.
Yeah, he sure did. Sure did. Daniel Thompson back for Battleground to pick it up, and he decides to pick it up off the bounce, but then mishandles it, and is going to end up losing some more yardage on that one and get down deep in their own territory at about the 5-yard line. Looks like he was going to go ahead and take that off the bounce at the last minute when people were kind of expecting the ball to go, to be touched down. Okay, so there's another penalty that Battleground had after all of that. It's going to be a half the distance to the goal line, so it's going to be first down and 10 from their own 3-yard line. Workman steps in there, gets that ball in there to Robinson to try to give him some breathing room.
Knocked down at the 1, Jet. They had a blitzing linebacker in there. It looked like 45. Jorge Rubio came in and just stuffed him. 2 linemen talking to each other saying, hey, let's get it straight here.
Yeah. Okay, so Battleground loses ground on that one, and they're going to bring up second down and 11 from the 2. Going to give it to Robinson once again, and this time he's able to get out past the 5-yard line down to about the 7. Bringing up third, and it looks like about 5.
Looks like Thompson's back in the game at running back,
yep.
Number 24.
Trent Thompson. Seth hands that ball off. Going to get right into the field. Going to get down across the 15-yard line. But we've got a late flag that comes in. And we've got an injured player for Heritage, so let's find out what's going on here.
Down on the turf is Colby Johnson, number 23.
Well, they have a targeting penalty against Heritage now. So let's see here. Well, he's actually getting up off the floor or off the ground. Let's see here. Yeah. He's going to walk off on his own steam. That's always a positive thing.
Grabbing his neck there. He might have just a little stinger. Let's hope it's only a stinger.
I think he's also the one who got the penalty for the targeting. So with that penalty and that big run, which means it seems to be pretty popular when it comes to Battleground and their big plays, there's always a big penalty to tack on to the end of it. And that's going to bring up first down and 10 from now the 30-yard line. Going to hand that ball off. They're They're going to get about a yard and a half possibly before they go down.
Brought down by Motto on that play.
Trent Thompson, the running back. Seconds left in the quarter. We'll see if they actually run the play or they're going to let the clock expire. The game clock and the play clock are off by about 10 seconds. And that is going to be the end of the third quarter with the score tied up 14-14 here at McKenzie Stadium. Clark County Friday Night Football. This is the Eli Sports Network, EPS Sports. We'll see you on the other side of the break. Are back here for the fourth and final quarter of this game out here, McKenzie Stadium. We've got the Heritage Timberwolves going up against the Battleground Tigers. We are tie score here, 14-14. Big play in the third quarter was special teams, block punt, and then a scoop and score by Andrew Tom for Heritage to tie this game up at 14-14. So Battleground sets up this time shotgun formation. They're going to throw that ball out there.
And just a great play there by the defender and the receiver, actually.
It
Both
sure
going up
was.
at the same time.
So Stanley was going to come down with the ball, and Strauss made sure he didn't hold on to it all the way down to the ground.
I haven't seen a whole lot of intermediate routes tonight from Battleground. More of the just
they just
go
kind of
down the
let him throw
sideline.
it out there.
Mm-hmm.
The quarterback, only a junior. They're running out of the pistol formation right now. Going to hand that ball off right up the middle. Nice strong run there by the running back. He's going to get down across the 35, down to the 38-yard line. That will bring up fourth down. We'll see what they're going to try and do here. I do not see the punt team coming out there, and here comes Workman back and running into the huddle, so
rather interesting.
They're going to go for it. Somebody's going to blink right here because this could be the difference.
Might try to draw him off sides here.
And they're going to go ahead and hand that on, and he is going to get all he needs and a few more for the first down.
They either saw something there or just felt like, hey, you know what, they can't stop us.
Yeah.
Because, you know, in most cases in a 14-14, here's the replay where he ran over the linebacker there.
Nice
in a
strong run
14-14 game in the fourth quarter, you typically wouldn't go for it on your side of the field. Battleground sensing that Heritage can't stop the run game, so gave them the confidence to call that fourth down play.
Yep. And it worked, so he was a genius, right? Isn't that the way that works out?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to give him to the running back once again right up the middle, and right now his Heritage is definitely showing a weakness right there in the middle.
Sure, Robinson has cracked the 100-yard mark tonight already. 10:15 to go here in this fourth quarter, all knotted up at 14. We got ourselves a ball game.
All right, here we go. They break the huddle. Shotgun formation this time. Running back lined up directly behind him. Robinson is going to try to get in there again. He's going to get across the 50-yard line. Going to get about a yard out of the play. Bring up third down and 2. Battleground sets up to the line of scrimmage. Workman's going to hand that ball off again to Robinson right up the middle. We'll see if they did get pushed back. We'll see where forward momentum stopped him. Looks like he's going to bring up the fourth down.
Nice adjustment in the middle there by Heritage. Been giving up some big yards there in the middle. On that play, they just stonewalled them.
Yep, they sure did. Fourth down and a long 2, and
they've got some beef there in the middle.
Yep.
Standing in there is Josh O'Neill, Taylor Sappington. 2 big fellas, along with Toms.
So they're going to set it up again. Fullback goes into motion, sets up the strong side, pulls a man. Nice play as he breaks out into the wide open field, down to the 10, the 5. It is going to be a touchdown Battleground. I do not see a flag on the play anywhere. That was just a well-executed play. 49-yard touchdown scamper by the running back there.
That was Robinson.
That was Robinson, Brock Robinson. Great job there. That was just well executed. They moved the fullback strong side, put him in motion, had him get in there, kicking the fullback, also pulled a guard from the other side up into the hole with him. And then he just got past level 2, and it was a foot race, and nobody was going to catch him. They're going to get another Battleground's going to get an illegal substitution penalty on the on special teams. One guy runs out. Looks like they're still trying to figure it out. Make sure they got enough people in the game. Okay, they got it now.
Put that special teams unit down on paper so everybody can see it.
Yeah. So we're going to set up here for the extra point. There's a snap, the hold, and the kick. And he did put it through. So it is 21-14. 8:20 left to play in the game. Big run there. Big running play by Battleground Robinson. 48-yard touchdown scamper. This is the Eli Network and EPS Sports. We'll be right back. To 14, Battleground back on top. The 48-yard touchdown run by Brock Robinson. That I'm sure that put him over the 150 mark for total yards for the game. Minor set to kick the ball off. Umiamaka, the deep man. time they pick it up on the 25, and he's going to make it to about the 35 before he stopped. So they'll have some pretty decent field position.
Now, really, Jed, all the pressure now goes over to Battleground. They've got to answer that, or Heritage. They have to answer that score there by Battleground. So
yeah, they
we'll
sure
see
do.
how they respond here on offense. They've been throwing it around quite a bit. They might want to do some ball control here and get back into the flow of their offense.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking too. There's Keys, the running back. Umiamakas they have set up at the slot. He's going to step out. He's going to make the catch, and he's going to be wide open for the touchdown, and he's going to make it all the way for the touchdown, and that is going to be a 63-yard touchdown pass to tie the game. Well, we'll see. I'm speaking a little forward ahead of myself and we're tying the game up. But I tell you what, that was a great pass there from Terrace to Stanley on a nice little go route. Put the ball right where it needed to be, and he was just off to the races. Nobody was going to catch that young man once he got into the open field. And there it is right there, wide open. Nobody even around him a little bit.
It's a nice little hole shot right over there to the sidelines.
So they did exactly what you said, Dan. They were listening to you. They answered the call. Mata sets up here to tie the game up. And he misses it. So that's going to make things pretty interesting there. Heritage still down by a point, 21-20. This is the Eli Sports Network, and we'll be right back. Big touchdown there by Stanley. Connection from Terrace, 63-yard touchdown. But they missed the extra point. So Battleground still on top, 21-20. We've got us a kickoff. And it's going to be fielded right there at about the 15-yard line. And he'll get down across the 25 before he's taken down. Clock holding fast at 7:41. Battleground starts their new series here. Working, sets back in under the center. He's going to hand that ball off. Running back's going to try to bounce it to the outside. We got a penalty flag. Probably going to be holding. Robinson, the running back on that play. Going to be another holding penalty. Back him up 10 yards. gets back up to the line of scrimmage here. Workman back in shotgun formation. This time he gets the ball out there, makes a nice little jab step, and Strauss is off to the races, and he's going to get down to the 45-yard line before he's run out of bounds.
Nice catch and jab step to the outside to outrun the defender.
Sure was.
Nice throw by Workman.
Punches that foot in the ground and gets right back out to the outside. That'll bring up first down and 10 from the 46-yard line. 7:08 left to play in the game. Battleground up by a point, 21-20. Robinson now breaks into the outside once again. Great open field tackle there by Stanley. But Robinson is going to get 5 yards out of that play and bring up third down and 5, or second down and 5. Seth Workman steps in underneath the center. Hands that ball off once again right up the middle. This time he's going to get bounced around, running into his line, and is going to get about a yard out of that and bring up third down and about 4. Comes back to the huddle. Sets it on the center. Strauss lined up on the far side. Going to hand this ball off to Robinson. Robinson runs into the line on the front end. Bounces that to the outside. Looks like he might get another yard. He'll bring up fourth down and 3 to go.
Tell you what, Jed, if Battleground happens to pull this off tonight, it's going to be that O-line and Robinson doing the yeoman work tonight.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. I tell you also, we'd have to give some kudos there to a big fullback there, Sullivan, because he has laid some pretty good blocks on people out front. And this time it looks like one too many times to the well, and Heritage is going to get the ball back. Battleground turns that ball over on downs. Going to come up about a yard and a half short of the first down. So Heritage will take the ball over on their own 47-yard line. .432 left to play in this game. Battlegrounds defense with their backs up against the wall scored 21-20. Terrace steps back. He's going to get flushed out of the pocket, rolls to the right, looking downfield, and is there to make the catch. Is Garrison, Amon Garrison. It's the first time we've called his name all night, but he comes in and makes the big catch for the first down. 1st and 10 from the Battleground 40.
Nice ball there by Terrace.
Sure was. So we've got Madur's Uniamaka split to the far side. Key, the running back. Terrace drops back, looks for a receiver, now looks the other way. He's going to get flushed out of the pocket He's going to roll to the left, throw downfield, and make the catches. Madurs, who is going to get down to the 10-yard line before he's tackled.
And I think this benefits Heritage Jet to get into the end zone right away.
Yes.
Normally you wouldn't say that, but normally you'd say, hey, don't give him too much time. Here's your replay. Terrace scrambles off to his left a little bit prematurely, but slows down, keeps his eyes upfield, finds the open receiver. Madurs does the rest. Normally you want to score so quickly and give the other team that much opportunity, but with the way Battleground has really not been able to throw the ball very good tonight.
Yeah, they can essentially just run out of time.
They're going to focus on that run game and make him put the ball in the air.
Yeah, sure are. Set up here. They're going to give this ball to Key. Key's going to try to get into the middle. He's going to get a couple out of that. He's going to go down at about the 7-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal. Heritage breaks the huddle. Key lines up on the right side of the quarterback. Terrace drops back, looking for a receiver in. And, in and out of the hands of Amon Garrison, who drops that one in the end zone. That incomplete pass will stop the clock at 2 minutes and 49 seconds left to play in this game. Heritage is down by 1 point, but 3rd and goal from the 7-yard line now is what they're dealing with. Well, they're going to take the 5-yard penalty. They had an illegal receiver down the field.
2:49 to go here in the 4th quarter. Both teams, that's actually Heritage.
And here we go. They're going to show the instant replay, and that is just in and out of the hands of Garrison right there.
Either way, that would have been called back.
Yeah.
Battleground with 2 timeouts. Heritage with 3.
So Heritage is going to break the huddle, trips receivers to the right side of the field. Drops back, looking now. He decides to take the ball himself. And he's going to get back to about the 8-yard line before he's taken down. That will bring up 3rd down and goal from the 8. Like we're going to have a timeout call here. So we're going to go ahead and take the timeout with them. We're down to 2:10 left to play in the game. Battleground inside the 10-yard line on 3rd down. Down by a point. Eli Sports Network, EPS Sports. We'll see you on the other side. All right, and we're lined up here. Terrace lines up, trips to this side. So we got a score out there, 36-7. Unions over Skyview out at the Kiggins Bowl. And Battleground this time is going to catch the penalty. moving into the neutral zone. It's going to move the ball 5 yards, bring up 3rd and goal from the 4. Heritage is going to break the huddle again in trips formation. Trips to the right side of the field. Key hanging to his left side. Going to take the snap. He's drawn back. He's looking for Medors, and Medors catches that one. Quick slant right there into the end zone. And that's going to be 26 for Heritage with 2:06 left in the game. Heritage takes the lead again.
Good call there by offensive coordinator Ashton Clark, going to his money man, hands man, Medors.
Yeah.
Who's had a really, really good season out there at receiver. So Terrace to Medors.
And they're going to go for the 2 here, it looks like. Got to put some more pressure here on Battleground. Terrace sets him down. He's going to roll out, pitches it out to Key. Key makes it in for the 2-point conversion. And it's going to make it 28-21 with 2:06 left to play. Heritage regains the lead in the last minutes of this ball game here. It's getting pretty interesting. This is the Eli Sports Network and EPS Sports. We'll be right back. All right, we're back here at McKenzie Stadium. The last 2 minutes, 6 seconds left to play. Heritage gets back on top here, 28-21 with a nice quick slant to Robert Medors from the 5-yard line to regain the lead. Mata here to kick the ball off. Going to kick this one down the field. It's going to get picked up at the 10-yard line. Going to get down to the 20. Down to the 25. And before he gets run out of bounds, right at about the 31-yard line. So just under 2 minutes left to play in the game, and the Tigers will take the ball over on their own 31-yard line. Heritage feeling like this is gonna, they may have been able to accomplish their first league win.
If so, it will be a hard-fought victory.
Yeah.
Battleground with almost 2 minutes to go. That's an eternity.
It is. And we've got a timeout called for Heritage. And let's go ahead and keep it here since we're at our last 2 minutes. So let's kind of get in the heads of these guys. What offensively, what is Battleground talking about, Dan?
Well, I'm sure they want to spring Robinson loose, but you know, with only just under 2 minutes to go, I mean, you can only give it to him so many times. They do have 2 timeouts on the clock to work with. You may see a little hook and ladder here to try and spring somebody loose. Workman's had a tough time all night trying to hit that go route down either sideline. So they're going to have to get creative with the intermediate game, whether they throw it short and keep moving quickly, or throw in some hook and ladder or something in there to spring somebody loose. But they're definitely going to spread them out here, though.
Yeah, they sure are. Well, here we go with Workman in the shotgun. They come out in trick formation, so getting the ball down the field is what they plan to do. Once again, Workman gets that ball out there to his go-to receiver.
And they'll move quickly. Clock's running.
That's going to be Strauss.
I'll imagine
Going to get 9 yards out of that one. 2nd and 1.
Heritage playing a one-high safety.
Once again, now Workman's going to scramble, and he's going to get sacked in the back. Nice. Medors is the man who comes around from the backside, blindsides the Workman. This time Battleground's going to call the timeout, stopping the clock with 1:28 left to play. So what is Heritage going to talk about?
Well, obviously Heritage needs to talk about an umbrella and not letting anybody get over top of their head. A little concerned with that one high safety out there. I mean, but then again, Workman hasn't been exactly on target tonight either. So, but yeah, Heritage needs to keep everybody in front.
Just rally up and tackle, let everything happen in front of him and make a tackle.
Exactly. Bring a little pressure, especially up the middle. Kind of fluster Workman a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that last play they brought something from the edge.
Yeah, I think if they
came off that outside edge, and
can't let him sit in the pocket. I think if they knock Workman off his spot and make him move, left or right, pretty much doing their job there on defense if they can do that.
Yeah. Took the snap again, and this time looks like the ball's going to get tipped. Intended receiver on that one was Sean Key, or Sam Key, and looks like that ball bounced in front of him. So this is going to bring up 4th down, and about 4. Battleground still trying to find a way to win with 1 minute and 24 seconds left to play in the game. Down by a touchdown. And they did it again. This time I think there's a little misunderstanding about what the route was. Looks like Strauss was going to run the go, and Workman thought he was going to come back for that.
Didn't happen. They just kind of misconnected, and ball fell harmlessly to the ground.
So with that being done and said, Battleground will turn the ball over on downs. Heritage will take the ball over on their own 37-yard line. And they're also going to call another timeout, use their final timeout. Those young men down there pretty excited. First league win of the season. The 4A league down here in Clark County is a pretty tough little league. I mean, you think you got Camas, you got Union, and you got Skyview. I mean, you got those three. You got to be able to crack those three.
To even have a sniff at the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. If
So
you can't get around those guys, then
tough sledding.
Yeah, it's a tough thing. So, small victories.
And this has kind of been the theme of Battleground's season this year.
Yeah.
Hanging tough with teams that they can play with, but falling a little short.
Yeah. Well, and this will be Heritage's first win against.
And that's growing pains, right?
Yeah.
I mean, young team, new staff, trying to bring it all together.
Because now Battleground beat Heritage last year. Trying to see here.
1:21 to go here in this 4th
last year. So Battleground's definitely feeling, or I should say Heritage definitely feeling like this is something they need to win since they got beat pretty handily last year.
Battleground sucking up their last time out there. Stop the clock. Quarterback sneak there just to keep the ball in the middle and keep the clock rolling. But
All right, so both teams break the huddle. They come back on the field here. Battlegrounds taking their final timeout for the evening. Both teams, no more timeouts left on the board. Minute 15 left to play. And Harris is going to run their quarterback sneak this once again. This one will, I'm sure he'll allow the clock to just run. They might have to run one more play, I think. And yeah, they will have to do it one more time. Team comes down to the line of scrimmage. Going to take the snap. And once again, Terrace is just going to try to push his way through. He's going to get down across the 30, down to the 29-yard line. That will be the last play of the game. But now we've got somebody down on this.
yeah, there was a little scuffle over there on the far side. Unnecessary shove to the helmet. Coach Kessler is going to remove that young man from the game.
So with that penalty flag, we'll see what's going on there. Referees are over there kind of talking to the coaching staff of Battleground. Clock stopped with 20 seconds left to play. That penalty, defensive penalty, stops the clock. So now they will essentially have to run one more play.
For some reason, we're taking a few minutes to discuss this over there. I'm not sure why. Unsportsmanlike is unsportsmanlike. Let's move along here. I know Coach Kessler doesn't like it, but last man was caught. It's usually how that works out.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, so they disqualified him for that, which means he is disqualified for first half next week.
It's kind of harmless, you know. It takes two. Both guys were pushing and shoving, and the last guy got caught. So,
yeah, well, if you push them in their head, that's when they're real serious about that type of stuff. So with that penalty, that personal foul on Battleground, that'll move the ball down to the 15-yard line. Or they'll get a brand new set of downs when they won't use them. They'll just use this first one. And when they wound the clock, that was it. And these people about Heritage pretty excited about the fact that they were able to get this last win here, their first league win, which is a big deal for them. So with time, as time expires, Heritage comes back to win this game 28-21 over the Battleground Tigers. thank everybody from EPS Sports for hanging out with us tonight. Want to make sure you come back with us out here again next week, starting at 4:30, where we're going to have Skyview going against Heritage in the first game. Second game, a big rival game out there. A lot of emotion in that game always. This is going to be the Mountain View Thunder going up against the Evergreen Plainsmen. Until then, EPS Sports thanks you for joining us, and we're out.